It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
Welcome back, Laser 106. Happy Laser Zap today to actor Joe Keery from Stranger Things. Also, happy Laser Zap to Kelly Clarkson. She's turning 39 today, Steve. Is that it?
The song just started, yeah.
Oh. So I got 2 birthdays in. I didn't even get to do a time check.
You got 2 what in?
2 Laser Zaps.
And Steve.
All they know is quantity, but they don't know value. They think that 3 single dollar bills is more valuable than 1 $10 bill.
I have 80 pennies. This is so much better than these 4 quarters.
My 80 monies is worth more.
Well, anyway, we wish you the best, Jeremy.
Now, here they are, 2 guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
There she is, folks. Melissa Vaughn.
I think we could get Melissa on the line for when we have the Cure for the Cure and just ask her what she thought when she got this request.
Well, since she's on, we got her from Fiverr, right?
Yeah.
We'd probably have to pay her.
Yeah, but if we tell her it's for charity, you know, do it to pair per word, like we did for this.
Oh, then we could force her into coughing up a couple quid.
That's right, because as you are very quick to remind, the first question that everybody is asked when we get them on the line is, how much did you kick in?
Hey, Melissa, what are you giving us?
You know, and then have the cash register sound just on repeat for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then say, so what can we put you down for?
Melissa Vaughn on the line here. We have no prior relationship with her whatsoever. She once said our name a couple of times into a microphone.
I bet, though, she'd be super interesting because she has obviously a unique voice. She does this. I don't know if it's her full-time profession, but she does it quite a bit based on her Fiverr profile. I bet she has stories of people who request either incredibly odd things or incredibly uncomfortable things. Like, I'd want to know what's the thing that you turn down the quickest, because you know there's some weirdo with like $10 going, well, I'm just going to have her say a bunch of sex stuff.
Yeah. But before we get to that question, Melissa, what can we put you down for? How many of the Queen's coins
how many
you're willing to cough up?
How many British toonies you sending over the pond?
Is that a toonie or a loony? Aren't they different?
They are different. I think Canadian money, the loonies and toonies, I think they're $1 and $2.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, of course.
It's like they're insulting their own money. I know. I'll give you a loony for that beer. Maybe that's the entire live stream.
It's
coming up in
just us playing this and insulting money.
Coming up in about 70 days. Maybe it's just us yelling at people to pay us and then playing the cash register sound.
Yeah. Boy, today would be a perfect day. We can only hope that the weather, the day of the Cure for the Cure, is as nice as it is today. It's freaking beautiful. It's like it's going to be 80 degrees today here in beautiful West Michigan. It's another Steve and Kyle podcast family outing day double dip because your wife and your son accompanied you today.
Yep.
And they're out with my wife and my daughter out on a walk through the neighborhood.
Going to visit a local park, I believe.
Local park, yeah.
Hopefully tire my son out so he'll take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Is he doing away with naps these days?
No.
Still.
But it's just more of a fight. It's the word nap gets mentioned, and there is running and extra play to make it seem like I'm not tired.
They go into spaz overdrive.
Yeah, it's insane.
We have that every not so much at nap time now.
Sure.
She's still perfectly happy taking a nap, but it's at night, right before bedtime, and it's like, all right, come on, time to get ready for bed.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just, I'm going to spin around a lot.
Yep.
I'm going to run up and down the hallway.
Yep.
I'm going to fight you on putting the PJs on.
It's everything. Like as soon as we start talking about brushing your teeth, getting the pajamas on, then it's.
You supposed to brush kids' teeth?
That's a good question. When are you supposed to start that?
I don't know. We've been doing it for probably a couple months, right? A couple of months every morning and night. Oh yeah, she's knocking it out.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, and she enjoys it.
Getting all the way back there, getting the molars,
getting them all. Yeah, the teeth, all the
Wow.
teeth that she has. Well, we got the toothbrush with the blinking light on it. So since she's a kid, she's distracted by simple
all
things.
dumb things.
So
Yeah, they're all. I mean, we've talked about it. Love my child. Dumber than a box of rocks.
yeah, just not smart. Like when you're that young, you're not intelligent. And it's great because we get to show how much smarter
Sure.
we are than them.
But again, no offense to kids listening to this.
No offense. Yeah. Now, if they had been offended before you said no offense, offense completely justified.
Well, we'll get to that when we recap the polls later this
Oh,
episode
okay.
because that was on the poll last
Right.
week. So we'll see what the audience thinks
Mm-hmm.
and if they agree with that. So yeah, beautiful day. Like I said, 70 days, Steve, from the Cure for the Cure.
Mm-hmm.
Planning in overdrive right now.
Oh yeah, the whole committee, Cure for the Cure committee here.
I'm nervous now. I'm officially nervous.
Why? They're working overdrive.
I feel like I haven't seen them. But again, I don't.
They're just right in there.
Oh, they're right in there.
Yeah,
Wait,
here.
they're.
Everything good in there, guys? Yeah. See?
I mean, I too work in like a spare storage room with concrete
And no lights.
in the dark.
Yeah.
We're
We're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
I don't
Look,
agree with that.
Expectations really, really low.
From who?
Expectations are we already have surpassed the amount of donations that I thought we have $160, by the way, Mike Mokris. Sorry, it took me about a month to finally deposit your check.
Yep,
but it
again, there was poor Mike just trying to have lunch on like a Tuesday. I'm sorry, sir. This card's been declined. And
as they reach over and grab his club sandwich back, like in my brain, he's holding it both hands, like
ready
about to take a bite, and they say, "Sorry, Mr. Mokris, you've been denied."
Yeah.
As he's sitting there at the lunch counter, zoink.
He quickly pulls open his phone to see that Steve finally got around to depositing the check.
Look, I'll be honest. I lost it. It was within 3 feet of where I'm sitting currently.
Sure. So
But it just got buried under a pile of stuff.
So what you're saying is we need Mike to send another check then, just to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to send another check, appreciate it. We still have
Any dollar
Still have
amount.
the
Now,
money
I'm not
there.
putting you on the spot, but the first one was 60. So I mean, if you did anything less than that, you'd be a real jerk. Be a real jerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just saying. So yeah, that's coming up.
No. When you're gonna say just saying, you gotta say just saying.
Just say because now that you've said something rude to somebody, it's people can't handle the truth.
I'm a truth bomb. Boom.
Oh man,
Blowing up everywhere.
I am though, Steve. I'm nervous.
You're a truth bomb?
No, I'm nervous.
Okay.
70 days away.
Look,
I haven't done anything.
we just talked to the folks. Is my mic being kind of crispy, by the way? We just talked to the folks
nice.
in the. Is that the decision den?
Well,
Ooh.
that would make sense. That would be the decision.
The Planning Pagoda. They're in there.
Is that with a D? Because I'm going to put it on the poll. Is the pagoda with a D or a T?
I believe it's a D. I bet Pagoda.
What is
And the only reference I have for that is the old kiosk at the mall, the piercing pagoda. Where you
Oh
could
wow,
where
that
you-
was a thing.
Yeah, where you could get you get your ears pierced.
No, the only place I'd ever seen for that is like the Claire's or whatever.
Yeah,
the
was
the young girls store.
Actually, I don't think it was a kiosk. I think it may have actually been a store at either the Morristown Mall or the Cherry Hill Mall. Growing up,
Because I feel like if you're in Jersey
mm-hmm.
and you're getting your ears pierced, you take your young child to the tattoo parlor that does piercings as well.
Yeah,
And you have a man like Gator
right.
who
Yeah,
tattooed my arm.
yeah. The one
piercing your daughter's ear.
Remind me, Gator was the one who said that he reached a fork in the road in his life, and he could have gone to prison or been a lawyer.
Well, it was when he was in prison, and he was either going to be a lawyer or a tattoo artist.
So naturally,
spoiler alert, tattoo artist won out.
Right, because Mr. Gator Esquire just didn't have the right ring to it.
And let me tell you, I don't know how good of a lawyer Mr. Gator would have been. I'm comfortable saying he would have been as competent as he was at tattooing.
He did a fine job at tattooing, right?
In the respect that it made it to my arm.
Did you have to go...
And I did not get, to my knowledge, any infectious diseases. Yeah, Gator did a fine job.
Did you have to get repair work done?
I've had a few artists trying to touch up the spider a little bit over the years.
What was the issue?
They have not. Well, some of the legs, one leg was longer than the other. One of them have a dull end. One has a pointy end. He just didn't care.
Yeah.
That's the key.
So Gator would have been a lawyer that didn't have a lot of attention to detail.
No, Gator was taking the DUIs in order to plead them out and be done with them. Gator was the type of guy who you'd see not on a billboard, because he's not paying that premium for a billboard. He's paying for a bus bench.
Okay.
And and the whole thing is like, $99 for your DUI, like $99 for your DUI. Yep. He'll be in and out.
He'll fix it
under $100. And now he's not saying it's going to be better. He's just saying $99 is the flat fee to get you either into prison,
or in front. Bare minimum, you're in front of a judge for $99. What happens after that? Hey, look. Gator can't guarantee. Gator makes no guarantees.
Gator's the type of guy who shows up.
That's in, that's next to an asterisk in italicized font at the bottom. Gator makes no guarantees.
In hindsight, I should have read the fine print a little more. But Gator's the type of guy who puts on, when he knows it's court day, he puts on his nice pair of cargo pants.
Yeah.
The tan ones that don't have the paint stains on.
Yeah. These they might be freshly pressed, but only because heavy things were sitting on top of them.
Right. The last time Gator wore a tie, it was when his cellmate, put on the clip-on for him because he couldn't reach around his big fat neck.
No chance you'd say that to Gator's face.
Gator would kill me without even trying.
Now, in my mind, Gator is, he looks like you would expect a tattoo artist named Gator to look.
Yep.
He had obviously a leather vest. Did you hear that?
I did hear
it
that.
Is being weird, right? Okay. He leather vest, probably a patch with some club affiliation.
Yeah.
Bald. Piercings in many parts of his face.
Yeah. I didn't see a vest, Steve, but here's what I can tell you about Gator. There weren't a lot of sleeves on what Gator was wearing.
Okay.
And Gator also had a head tattoo, over the top, because he was bald.
Yeah, naturally.
Piercings, a lot of them, and some incredibly racist, not even subtleties, being thrown about the room while I was getting my tattoo from Gator.
Okay.
If nothing else, an incredibly memorable experience getting my very first tattoo. Yeah. Probably 5 or 6 years ago now, Steve. Jeez. And I feel like I haven't asked you this in a while. We talked about this before, though. Excuse me for not remembering the exact decision, because you weren't firm, like, no, I'm never going to do it. I've asked you before, have you considered a tattoo?
Yeah.
And you said, at that point we talked about it, I believe you were thinking about having something drawn up.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's been a couple of years.
Somebody did. Philip.
Did he really?
Yeah, he designed something for me. And it was, man, this mic is going to just drive me nuts if it sounds like this the whole time. But I guess that's what it is. He had designed something for me that I talked about wanting when Evelyn was about 6 months old.
Yeah.
So it would have been about a year ago. He designed something that I love, and I think I'll eventually get. But that was right at the beginning of COVID, right at the beginning of the pandemic. And that was not I'm not going. That was the one thing I was like, I probably shouldn't go into the old tattoo parlor.
Sure.
Something tells me that Gator wouldn't have listened to the recommendations of the CDC and worn a mask.
Right, probably not. And I also, man, I remember there were some when I got done with it, people, because I'd never had one done, talking to people who had tattoos before, and I said, they were asking me about it. Well, did he open the ink in front of you and the new needle? I said, what? What are you talking about?
He pulled it out of an old Craftsman toolbox.
So there's a good chance while I was like waiting, 5 feet away, he just like dunked the whole thing in a can of Barbasol or whatever.
Right.
And then dried it with a paper towel.
Or you saw him like take a Bic pen and just crack it in half and then use a syringe and like...
You said black, right? Because I've got black, red, and blue.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gator.
Black's great, Mr. Gator. Thanks for asking.
Whatever you say, sir.
So is this something that, I did never see the piece of art. Where were you thinking? Mm-hmm. Is this going to be back on the docket here in the future or in the near future?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it in a while. Actually, Philip had reached out to me a couple of months ago and said, hey, if you just wanted to know if you were still thinking about doing this or I can change it around or do whatever. And I was like, yeah, honestly, I haven't really thought about it in the last year. I think I'll eventually do it. I just don't know. I've never really been able to settle on where I'd want it. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
How's Annette feel about the tattoo? Is she pro, anti, doesn't care? Because as we talked about here, this years past, she's just waiting for the chance to up and leave you.
Leave me, yeah. I think I showed it to her, and she was totally cool with it.
She'd be okay with you getting a tattoo.
Yeah. I don't think that she doesn't have any tattoos either,
right.
But she's not anti-tattoo or anything.
All right. I'd just be curious.
Well, she's not anti the tattoo that I wanted. I'm sure that there are many tattoos that she would be anti.
Right. If you were looking at, a swastika on your leg.
Probably,
I have a feeling
she
Annette
probably wouldn't take too kindly to that.
She might try to veto that tattoo.
Yeah,
as Steve.
As she should.
Let's not go with the swastika on the back of your left leg.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Philip, I'm glad you mentioned that. We talked last week about voting for him in the 2023 World University Games. And I apologize for not getting that exactly correct, Philip. But I don't know if that voting is closed, but he took the time to make us a little bit of artwork ourselves, Steve. And boy, oh boy, was it just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I'm pulling them up right now as I scroll back between all of our votes on the 2021 Poll Badness and the polls from last week ending. There it is. I want to give a thank you and shout out to Steve and Kyle for the mascot contest I've been shamelessly plugging and begging for. Made me think the podcast deserves a mascot too. And these, let me tell you, will haunt your nightmares.
What were the names of the characters?
I believe so. He gave an explanation to our friend Leanne. Said the frog was inspired by the threat of consumption of tall cups of pond scum. Also loosely inspired by the noise from Steve's throat.
Okay, so that is scummy.
Yes, I believe that's scummy. And then he
and of course the other one is
but
obvious.
It's hard not to love a dog, especially one missing a limb. Because as you talked about, Steve, a charity near and dear to our hearts, the LLDA. That's right, Limbless Dog Association.
Yeah, limbless.
2 words. We've been
Dog Association
waiting for years to, and then COVID interrupted the deep planning we were in on the charity boxing tournament.
Yep.
Where we were going to have limbless dogs in attendance,
fighting like Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Yeah. So the 2 designs that Philip drew up for us, that all I need is like our show name, and if he wants to color, I don't even care if there's color.
Yeah.
And these will be on the merch shop.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, for Tri-Paw, I'd appreciate it if the dog had a little bit more of a nub. It looks like a pretty clean.
Boy, I love the tail. I love the motion expressions around the tail to show.
Oh, I'm just looking at the screenshot that you sent me. I don't think and it kind of cuts off halfway.
Yeah, and it's again, it's a 3-legged dog wearing a collar with a tag on it that says SK. I'm telling you, a little bit of color if you want. I don't even care. Slap our name on this, and it will be on the merch shop. Tripod Scummy, the two options.
Scummy.
For the new Steve and Kyle mascot. Just outstanding
did
work
we
there by
retweet that?
Philip. It is. I don't know if I did click retweet.
I don't think we did.
It.
Here, I'm going to retweet it right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'm looking at the full image now. Oh, that's a good boy
That's
with
a
that
very
wagon
good boy.
tail.
You know what? It shows that you're still happy even if you're missing one of your limbs.
Yeah.
All right?
Exactly.
And we're just trying to show that limbless dogs are dogs too, and they too would like to be at a large form boxing event watching robots on pulleys from above, like marionettes.
Yeah.
Control the two boxing robots. It's just fantastic. Just fantastic. So thank you very much, Philip. If that contest is still going, I will find a link to retweet for you. I don't know when that starts or ends, but I haven't seen it on his profile in a few days. So hopefully our friend Philip can win for his rendition of, I believe it was Skylar or Blue Skylar.
Yes.
The duck for the logo for that. So that was just outstanding. God, I love his art. I love looking at it. Like, I love the way it looks. I love, it's just outstanding work.
Yeah, the
love
style is very nice.
Absolutely love that, man. Steve, I wanted to ask you, because you've done a few home improvement things recently. We haven't really talked about them because you kind of cut the check. Well, you did the flooring, you did the tile backsplash, but
yeah,
we didn't really mention them. You had someone come in, the town drunk, our friend Rusty.
Yes, sir.
He came in and did the cupboards, or they painted your cupboards and painted the kitchen wall.
Mm-hmm. Did a fantastic job.
Looks great.
Did the ceiling too.
Looks fantastic. What could possibly be next? You've now.
Oh boy!
You've done.
We were just talking about this last night.
You've done the main floor bathroom. You've done most of the kitchen. You've painted a bunch of walls. You've done a lot of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You've done the deck.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all this stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
You've done the railing on the on your second floor. It's a whole new house.
Yeah. Did the upstairs bedroom, the upstairs nursery. The only thing we have left to do upstairs is our master bathroom.
So does the year of no projects officially begin now?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look.
No further explanation needed. May 1st, 2022, Steve. We'll check back in.
Mark my words. We will not do another project in the next calendar year. And I'm saying it here, folks.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's it. There's nothing left to do. Steve has had it. Of course, I say that full knowing you were out and fixing a fence as you have a runaway dog problem.
Boy.
Occasionally over here.
Well, that doesn't count as a project.
No, that's a necessity.
Yeah.
That's something that, like, hey, I have a hole in my house. Yeah, this isn't a home improvement project.
Right.
This is a I need to fix it project.
Yeah. Yeah, Toby is, boy, he's just got so much love to share, and he wants to share it with the whole neighborhood.
Constantly.
It
seems, right?
So he escapes from the yard and chases everybody around. And so, yeah, I had to buy some chicken wire, dig up underneath the part of the fence where he escapes from. I rolled the chicken wire out. Then I put the dirt back over it, thinking like, all right, this is going to stop him because he's going to start to dig. He's going to snag his nails on it. And
fix him.
So far it has. He's gone over there and dug a few times, but I guess his nails have hit it. And he hasn't gotten out. So,
well, that's outstanding. That's great. That is great. Hopefully that continues to hold. We don't want to lose Toby. Again, one of my best friends. Every time I come over, just all constant love. Constant love every time I'm over here. Also, while I'm scrolling, I wanted to mention this too from our Twitter this week. Just glowing reviews, such as this one from Lord Bennington, who wrote on Twitter this week. Kyle was back at peak annoying in this episode, so congrats on being fully recovered from surgery.
What'd you do? What exactly does he say?
I don't know. I feel like and that was directly to you. I wonder if he forgot to, you know what? He must have just forgotten to take the tag off for me and the podcast. He probably just meant to tweet that at you, like a DM conversation.
Sure,
you know.
yeah.
So then you could reply back, be like, "Boy, don't I know it." You know,
story of my life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You guys could then just share in your mutual disgust of the way I act. Again, peak annoying levels in this episode. So that is outstanding to hear. Well,
nice.
The reason, Steve, I ask about the Year of No Projects, it's important because I need an update.
On?
It has been about 5 months since we first talked about you joining me in becoming Christmas guy.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget? Oh, the weather outside
was.
Well, it's not really frightful anymore, but the sun is so delightful.
There's no place to go. Well, there's a lot of places to go. Since we don't, no place we have to go. Let it.
Probably can't say.
You know what?
Let it snow.
Take it from the top.
You want to start it from the beginning?
Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
Let me jump back in time a bit here.
Okay.
Okay, from the top. Here we go. All right. And yeah, it's not quite playing. I mean,
that's right.
Surely it'll work this time.
That's the Dino. That's what they called him.
Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, the weather outside isn't frightful, but the sun is so delightful. And since we've got places to go, let it snow, don't snow, don't snow.
Yeah!
And
it doesn't
show signs of starting.
And I brought
some hot dogs for grilling.
Yeah, the lights are on way out late because it's so light out. Don't snow, don't snow.
Man, we
got that.
Really nailed it. All right, we'll bring that down a bit. But
please, the state of Dean Martin, don't sue us. Don't we just have to say like
that's a karaoke version?
Don't we just have to at the end say satire,
not for profit
or parody?
We're a charity. Look, if the NFL can be a charity,
that's a good point. That's a good point. It is May, and it is 1 month after I told you I would ask you for an update.
Yeah, I mean it's May, so naturally planning is underway.
As we talked about 2 weeks ago, Steve, the best time to buy Christmas lights and Christmas supplies is the day after Christmas. The second best time to buy Christmas lights and supplies, Black Friday. The third best time to buy Christmas lights and supplies, the first week in May. So at your request, I dug through the Christmas totes this morning and found a couple of bulbs.
Okay.
So now one bulb here, Steve, is one I use for my Christmas tree, and the other bulb is what I use for my outdoor
Okay, so
light.
we got what's this, a C9?
That's a C9 LED, Steve.
C9
and
LED.
So that goes right over the bulb, and it's quite large. So now they have, Steve, and I want you to take note, and I want you to remember, they have not just the kind of the, how would you refer to this? Is that like a honeycomb style?
Sure, yeah, almost looks like a pineapple.
And it kind of makes, when the light shines through it, it kind of gives like it's a spray of light, right? They do have the clear bulb, whether it be glass or not, and that's more of just it's a boom, solid color coming at you. So take into account your preference there when you're looking again at ChristmasLightDepot.com for your personal.
I'm actually at ChristmasLightsEtc.com right now.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
and now
huge sale going on, by the way.
What did I tell you?
From what they say,
I would argue it's probably their third biggest sale of the year.
All right, so we're going C9. Oh boy,
so what?
These
I
are
need to
expensive.
ask you. I need to ask you because the C9, as you can see, this is quite a size difference.
Yeah.
The C9, the C7. Okay,
it's got to be the 9.
The 9 for now. There's a lot to be said about the size of the 9.
Do I go 2 different sizes though?
No, you don't. No,
can
you
I
would
do
look
9?
Like an idiot. Just
I don't know. I think I could do 9 around the roof line. 7 around the windows.
Oh my God. If you want to be the cul-de-sac jackass you go 2 different sizes. Do you know how much I made fun of your neighbor, Justin with a Y, for having 2 different brand icicle lights? Yeah. Trying to ignore the fact that he had the weird yellow-colored icicle lights to begin with. 2 different styles, so the ropes looked just horrific. Just so stupid. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be that guy.
No.
Let Justin be the Justin of the cul-de-sac, okay? Justin the jackass of the cul-de-sac right now when it comes to Christmas displays.
Seems unfair.
You've got the 9. You've got the 7. Now, the difference between the 9 and the 7, obviously, it's not just the size. Because where they make up the difference, Steve, with the 7...
It's a lot more info than I thought I would need.
You only have 6 months. If you think 70 days to prepare a 6-hour live stream is a crunch, you've only got 180 days.
Boy, I'm looking at the cost of these. 17 feet.
That's not a lot of feet.
For $18.
That's not a lot of feet. You don't want to be the guy plugging
Christmas
in.
2022, I am going to be Christmas guy. I need a sale.
This is why we're talking about it now.
This is an 8-inch spacing.
Steve.
Can you look? You find me a good deal. Send them my way. I need about 500 feet of them for like $50. You get me that? I'm buying them today.
Now you wanted the that is quite a discounted rate you're talking about there.
I like the warm light or the warm white, not the.
So you don't want the bright. So you want the like the creamish white.
Yeah,
like,
I want
the. All right. Listen, it's not my house that's going to be getting made fun of, right, on the holiday season. So I mean, I'm looking at if you look at the big box online store. Steve,
what's an E17? The warm white C9 OptiCore LED bulbs with an E17 base. Oh, see, because these, like the one that you brought in, it doesn't have the bulb base on it.
Correct.
These do.
The bulb is part of the string on this one. Okay. This is just the cover. Boy, Steve, I can get you.
What you got?
I can get you 31 feet.
Yeah. Like $6.
$13.
That's pretty good. What's
right?
the spacing on those?
You got 50 lights for 31 feet. So what's that come to? 1.5? A little more than one every half foot.
Yeah, probably
Something
8
like
inches
that.
or so.
Yeah.
All right. So I need
So your side, you because now listen,
Can
the
you send
C9.
Send me that link.
Yeah, I'll send you that link.
Go ahead and put that. Save that. So 6 months from now, I'll know where to go. Where are you getting them from?
That's the online big box store that everybody knows and loves, Steve.
Okay.
No free rides.
Right. No.
So because you get the C9, and you're getting the bigger bulb, but you're getting less bulbs. So
that's fine. Yeah, that's
so you
fine.
prefer that instead of the smaller but
Yeah.
more plentiful bulb
Yeah.
of the C7.
I think so. I think the C5 or the C7 looks like it's an indoor Christmas tree bulb.
Sure. Now you've got. Do you have the leaf guards on your gutters?
I don't. I think I think we're getting them done this year though.
It's another thing you have to consider, Steve.
Is that going to be a problem?
Well, your regular gutter clip isn't going to work for this.
Is this conversation ever going to end? No. Tell me more.
You can't have. I shouldn't say you don't. You can't have a regular gutter clip for your Christmas lights if you have the leaf guard because there's nothing to clip on, right? You big dum-dum. Okay? Because the guard is taking the place of where that clip would go. So now you need to start looking at leaf guard Christmas light clips. I'll send you a link. I've got another one. Boy, I can't wait to watch you do this. This is going to be fun. 50 feet for this price. So you need about 10 of those, you said. You're only
for how much?
$12.98.
Oh,
$129.80. You're out the door.
I'm so in.
And who knows how they look?
Do I really need? I don't need 500.
You probably
feet.
don't need 500 feet. No, we haven't done the exact measurements like we talked about. 500 is probably a little drastic.
That's like full on Griswold mode.
Yeah. Now for my,
because I don't know how wide is a house? Like 40 feet. I mean, speaking in generalities, of course.
A 40-foot wide house.
What's your average house width? Maybe put that on the poll.
I mean, should I give them brackets?
Yeah, like 1 to 50, and then 50 plus.
Yeah, that's.
And the question is, how wide are houses?
Of course, how wide? Yeah, a question everybody asks. No, I think it's a fair question. Now, I have about 160 feet of Christmas lights.
Okay.
So that allows me to go.
You don't do roof line, though, do you?
No, not top of the roof. So I just do the garage line.
I'm doing roof line. I'm doing top of the house.
But then I also do like the mid line.
I'm going to order these now. We're doing a dry run in July.
See, this is what I wanted because, I don't know if there was a guy a few minutes ago who was just mumbling about how he couldn't wait for the conversation to be over.
I'm in. I have bought in.
Because, listen.
Send me the link. I'm going to buy them all.
Oh, Annette's going to be so mad.
Annette's going to be thrilled.
Yeah, Annette was.
She's going to be mad when I set up the FM broadcaster.
Correct. Yeah.
To play Nothing But Santa Claus Is Coming to Town
by the Boss.
By Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Whenever you see, and that's going to come home from work, it's going to be a line of cars. Because you're going to be one of those houses that's on the, on a list online.
Right.
Says,
and it's going to be an extra big problem because we're in a cul-de-sac.
Yep. And so there's just going to be a lineup of cars outside of the Zach waiting to get in to, again, hear the one song on repeat of Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus Is Coming to Town.
Now, I feel like I remember you mentioning something 6 months ago about blackout bulbs.
Yeah. So I'd have to look if they have any for these sizes. I know with the old bulbs they used to have where if you didn't want, so if you're going like window to window and you just wanted that look of just the windows are lit up, you would replace the bulbs in the middle of the strand there.
I need 100 of them.
Oh, boy.
But if I'm getting 500 feet of light, I need, at least 100 feet.
So you're back on the 500 foot light?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you're sure Ned's going to be okay with that when you have, like, again,
how much are they? $13
kind of an industrial size box show up at the house. She thinks maybe you bought her like a nice Mother's Day gift.
No.
And she opens it, and it is 10 strands. Oh, I'm sorry. This is 31 feet, Steve. I apologize. 31 feet for 50 lights, so it would be 310 feet. So if you wanted 500 feet, you would again need you'd need more.
Yeah. And I'm confused because the lights are her Mother's Day gift.
Oh, no. Well, when you put it that way, how could she not be super anxious about the upcoming Christmas season, solstice season, in 7 months? I'm going to email you this link right now. They are the warm white. Oh, Steve, the house is going to look great. I can't wait to stand on the ground while you're standing on your roof measuring and putting stuff up, and I will direct.
If our wives are not back from the family walk after we're done the podcast, I'm going to be up there while you're still standing. I'm going to be yelling measurements down to you. 41 feet.
Yeah, and I will have, again, like a crude drawing on a sticky note of all of the measurements and the stuff that you're going to look at and go, what is this supposed to be? Say, well, this is your roof line. This is your garage line. Oh, I'm so excited to see this thing. I just emailed you the link to the lights.
Oh, I can't wait.
They're all yours. Okay. Well,
if you want to talk for a minute or so,
You're going to go through and purchase those? That's only 42 cents a foot, Steve. That's a bargain basement cost.
31 feet for $13. I need roughly, I would bet I need to go.
Hold the phone.
Whoa. What do we got?
I have you a better deal.
Tell me more.
It's on the same listing. But you can get a 2-pack of those for $20.99.
Done. So I'll buy $20.
So $21 for, that is 62 feet for $21.
2-pack. 31 feet, 62 feet. Okay.
This house is going to be lit up in August. Have you considered maybe, to avoid
this is amazing.
To avoid the
and
cold
it's in
weather.
Stock.
To avoid the cold
they'll
weather.
They'll be here on Tuesday.
That's amazing.
By Thursday, my Christmas lights are going to be up.
Have you thought about? No, I'm not one to tell someone how to spend their money. Have you thought about going with the used/very good option and saving yourself another $8 per 2-pack?
So I can get 62 feet of lights for $12?
Now, granted, there's only one of those left, But for $12,
absolutely, I'm going to do that.
Minor cosmetic imperfections on the corner.
It probably just means that they were bought, maybe opened, returned.
Telling you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in for under $100.
Oh man, this house is gonna be just a talk of the
excited.
town. What are the odds?
Boy,
because
am I
because
excited.
you guys are friendly, you get along. It's whatever, cute. You and Justin with a Y.
He's already in.
But what if he's gonna see your beautiful illuminated home with these C9s that are lights from the heavens.
Yeah,
all the same color, all the same size, and he's gonna go out there with his kids in tow. Watching him staple gun his stupid icicle lights.
Nobody still staple guns lights up, do they?
He's just stapling into a gutter.
That's got to be on the poll. Does anyone still staple gun their lights up?
And his kids are looking at him going, "Yay, Dad," as they turn around and look at this beacon of light directly behind him.
Yeah.
Mr. Steve's house.
Yeah.
With Bruce Springsteen blaring from a speaker in the yard. Lights as far as the eye can see.
I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be a wonderful Christmas. When are you put your lights up?
First week in November. Second week in November.
Okay, so you're going right after Halloween.
Yeah, well, my Christmas season begins November 1st, about 8 a.m.
Okay. And then it ends December 26th.
No, December 25th at about 6 p.m. I'm ready to be done.
You're pulling the lights down
ready
on
to be
Christmas
done.
Day?
Yeah. No, I won't be pulling the lights down are weather dependent.
Okay.
But that tree will be down within 48 hours.
You know, I like that these have a rain-tight waterproof rate of P44.
Everybody's talking about the waterproof rating of these lights.
No, that's rain-tight waterproof.
Oh, sorry.
That's
everybody's talking about the rain-tight waterproof.
All one word, by the way.
Good.
Rain-tight waterproof rate of P44.
Well, listen, I'm glad because this update has been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because it started with you actively sabotaging it and wishing the conversation to die.
I'm already back there.
And I feel like it took about 5 minutes to be like, now you're going to have like some inflatables on your wish list.
No, I don't do the inflatables.
So are you going to do you can do some because we talked about maybe incorporating a Santa and reindeer on the roof.
I like the idea of maybe one of the, because when you, again, we're on a cul-de-sac, so when you pull in, you see very clearly you see the side of our house.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that would be perfect for one of the projectors.
Oh, yeah.
To project like a snow globe or something on the side of the house. I do like the idea of reindeer on the roof, Santa Claus.
I want your neighbor or one of your neighbors to be the type of people who have just the most tranquil display ever. You know, the three wise men, maybe Jesus in a manger.
Snooze.
Like, the light of Bethlehem instead of decoration.
Yeah, the three little children of the Bethlehem light.
Yeah, so this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That's from, right?
Exactly.
That's the one. And then they...
Boy, I love our history lessons on Christmas nearly as much as our history lessons on Easter, where somebody moved a rock and a guy flew out of a cave.
Again, like Superman.
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
That is, I want them to come home, like round the corner.
No doubt, coming back from Mass.
Yeah, coming back from church Mass, and they've got their Christmas playlist, but it's only "Oh Holy Night" and like Noel
and "Oh Holy Night"
and "Oh Holy," like it's the different versions,
right?
And they come around, and they've got an animatronic Santa waving at them, or like a Santa with only his butt showing as his legs wiggle stuck in a chimney.
Do they make them?
Yeah, and just lights. Just burning holes through their window shades. And you out in the yard, like putting your last decoration up as they drive by, and you're just waving with a big old grin on your face.
With presents in hand, because that's what Christmas is all about.
And they just realize that they've made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you've made a big mistake moving in next to Christmas guy.
I can't wait.
Big mistake.
I love having Christmas guy on here with me. Because I share the same sentiment. Boy, oh boy, maybe we tag team both of our lights this winter.
You coming over to help put them up?
Yeah, you come over. I come over there. You
Okay.
come over there. Mine will go a little bit quicker because
I think I got the better end of that deal because you got a ranch and probably a step ladder, right?
Yeah, I don't have the estate. No, I do. I do have the extension. I do have an extension.
You gonna go? You gonna do roof line this year? Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Look at the deal you could get. 62 feet for just $13.
Well, I need plus I don't want the white. I don't like the white. I think the white's trashy. No offense.
Beat me to it.
Damn. I would have to buy all new lights because if
just get the colorful ones.
But what if it's different color? What if the bulb shape is different? What if
then mix and match.
Oh God! Again, I'm not Justin with a Y scumbag here. Okay, no, it's all the same.
You might listen now.
Happy to have you on board, Justin. My best to you and your family, and I guess now's the best time to say it. Happy holidays. And with that, Steve, it's important we get to today because boy oh boy, we have gone on way too long. We still have a few things to get to.
Yeah, always.
It's time to name the inaugural 2021 Pole Badness Champion.
Yes. Can't do that without Fighter's Desire by some bros, I believe.
That's how I refer to them. Again, just a beat too long, and they needed to come in there.
Yeah.
You're
For
not
next year.
You're not Metallica.
Next year, we'll edit that out.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. Set a reminder.
If you want to be the best, you got to be a
Fighter.
Yeah. You think we should email them our notes?
Yeah.
Say, hey, you come in a beat too late
definitely.
there.
I mean, look, why don't we send this off to Shike, the music man?
Oh, God, yeah,
See if he can turn a knob or two.
I'll have to blow the dust off of some of his pulleys and levers and knobs that he has to use.
Pulleys.
Oh, great, we got another squeaky singer. We're getting ready. He's using a pulley and lever system now. Unbelievable. Shike.
All right, so this is...
The music man took a shot at us this week, by the way.
Did he?
Well...
what did he say?
He was taking a shot at my personification of his employment. Which again is just knob turning. Just ridiculous. Just so ridiculous. So it is time for the longest running poll still going from March.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can officially say that we have the longest running March based tournament
Yep.
in podcasting.
We stretched her into May.
That was amazing. Well, I don't think we've remembered until the end of March.
The problem was it was 3 days before we were recording. I said, "OS,
yeah,
we've got to do this poll thing."
Big thanks to anyone who hung on, and voted in all 32 matchups in the first round, all 16. So that's, what's that? 48. Then down to 8. So that's 56.
56,
and then
60.
60.
63 matchups.
Yeah,
Steve.
63 matchups.
63 matchups for 64 polls this year, 2021. Poll Badness. Hope to have some merch up for this as soon as I can reach out and see if somebody can design us the...
Zach, you there? You there, buddy?
2021 Poll Badness Champion. I want it to be a direct ripoff of what the athletes are wearing on the field after they win the big game or whatever.
Yes.
But this one just has a picture of a tweet in the middle of it. So we had the championship round this weekend, Steve. It was loaded with votes, and a little bit surprisingly, it wasn't that close.
Really? Remind me who the matchup was.
The number 2 seed in the championship, Steve, is Sonny Bono, the godfather of the ski tree incident. An incident and a bit on this program that it will live on forever.
In infamy.
Was a part of the year in review, almost assuredly from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about ad nauseum here with the Sonny Bono. Obviously, share.
Leave me alone, share. I do what I want.
Thwack. And as everybody remembers, there is still the face imprint on that tree. That is the site of the memoriam.
Yeah, I believe we talked about maybe doing a live podcast from there.
I think people leave novelty mustaches, maybe some hair pieces, and then
You ever see the
every year?
You see
Cher brings one ski and leans it up against the tree. Sonny Bono thwacked right against.
You think she skis down to it? No doubt, with her
Yeah.
new husband at her side.
Oh, no question. Yeah.
Hold on.
Time to hang
Just
on.
gotta leave a ski for some idiot.
And because she's the breadwinner and new husband obviously is hanging on, new husband ski is the one getting left. So he's now a one-footed skier
Yeah.
the rest of the way down the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that was the number 2 seed. And that moved on to the championship to take on the number 1 seed. Were the Apostles known for chiseling the word boobs into rocks? Part of our extensive research into
Religion in general.
And one of our earlier forays into making our way into the 2021 Podcast Awards category for religion. So they battled it out this week, Steve, and sadly it was not a nail biter. With 59.6% of the vote, which is a wider margin than either of the Final Four matchups, and a wider margin than only one of the Elite Eight matchups.
I don't think we're allowed to use Final Four or Elite Eight.
With a wider margin.
The Countdown Quattro?
Than the last 4. I'm sorry. With a wider margin than either of the Countdown Quattro matchups. And a wider winning margin than any except for one.
Of the Outstanding Ocho?
Of the Outstanding Ocho.
I don't know why we're doing Spanish, but it just seems to make sense.
The number 1 seed were the Apostles, known for chiseling the word boobs into rocks, wins the 2021
How about that?
Badness Tournament.
How about
so
that?
congratulations.
Oh, cut the net down.
To all the Apostles and anybody who's ever spelled boobs with 80085 on their calculator. This one's for you.
For all of you who thought that you'd never amount to anything, you will. I mean, it may not be anything great, but you'll amount to something.
So that's right. Hopefully in just a matter of days, you will be able to purchase a piece of merch with that tweet front and center as the 2021 Poll Badness Champion. Again, Steve, you said it. Thank you to everybody who stuck around for voting on all of these rounds and all the contributions. I think it went better than it did 2 years ago, but we're still learning. We've only done this 4 times. Mm-hmm. We're just learning how to tighten it up, and we'll make it. We'll figure out a way to improve it for next year, and if we do the same format, figure out a way to not let it drag into the month of May. It's 80 degrees out. This thing started when it was probably 3 degrees out.
I know. All right, should we recap last week's polls?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Time to see how wrong everyone else is. It's poll recap time. Find the polls at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
And Facebook.
Oh, that's right. Don't we have that edit?
Yeah.
Did you get rid of it?
I don't think I saved it.
Oh, I didn't know if you'd lost pride in it or something and you decided.
I'll piece it back together for next week.
Okay.
So last week we had a bunch of polls, right?
Yeah, we had a
3 or
bunch of
4
good polls last week. Steve, kicking off with, will radio be around in 2041? Extensive talk last week about how Steve's career and the job field he's in is just destined to die.
Let's see, I'll be 60 by then. Oh yeah, great time, great age to be out in the job hunting field. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, you really want to be. 60 is the time you want to start becoming like a meat slicer at the grocery store. You know,
it's a good union job though.
Oh, it's a great job. I'm just saying, most people don't start it at 60, but you know. You need a 401k, you need health insurance, Steve. So at 60, that's what you'll be doing. 55% of the audience, though, say yes, it will be around.
I think it will be.
There's
just
a majority of delusional idiots.
It's going to be around. It's just a matter of what it's going to look like.
Right.
I mean, that's like saying, is the car still going to be around in 20 years? Yeah, it will be. It's probably going to be a lot different than what it is now.
Well, I think what it'll look like is more of the same, which is more of monkeys flinging poop, taking jobs from Johnny the Duck and Lisa. Hypothetically.
Right.
No offense.
Oh, God. You're so quick at that.
Could Steve and Kyle do a radio show?
That was it? That was the whole question?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because we're talking about how we could do it.
I thought there was more to the question than that.
There's another question following up.
Oh, okay.
Related to that.
Good.
This quite encouraging, Steve, for our post 60-year-old lives.
So when the mortgage industry goes to complete hell, once people realize that a mortgage is a scam, complete scam.
Well, some would call it necessary. 67% of the audience, Steve, said yes, we could do a radio show.
Good.
I stand by it.
What would it take? So in complete hypothetical world, all right?
There's not a blank check you could put in front of me to make me.
No, I'm serious. Like say there was it was an ideal scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It was wherever in the country you'd want to be, whether it's here or whatever, Texas.
Sure.
Somebody reached out and said, "Hey, we really like your podcast. We want to turn it into a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna here's what we're offering, and it's guaranteed 3 years, so we don't have to worry about that. They're gonna can us after 6 months because the ratings aren't good. Sure. Well, they could. I mean, but they're still gonna be paying us. Yeah. What's it take? There's no desire. No desire whatsoever.
No, I don't think there's a dollar amount. It's 3 years. I need a life to last me until my 60s.
Sure.
And I don't want to in 3 years.
But are you saying you're not confident that in 3 years we would build something that would be, again, there's no, nothing's guaranteed.
Sure.
But you're not confident that we could build something that would last us for 20 years?
Here's the thing. I don't think it matters. Because I've seen, and you've seen radio shows that you would consider good, quality, go the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
It sometimes does not matter. It doesn't matter the quality or what you think you're doing is great.
Man.
It only matters if you're entering, even if it's East Texas, and one day we decide, hey, we're not going to cover high school football.
Oh boy, that's a big mistake.
But what was the radio program on Friday Night Lights that?
Slammin' Sammy Need.
But there's always, every radio market everywhere has a Slammin' Sammy that has the passion and the heart of that local area. That no matter what, you're the new guy. Yeah. It doesn't matter if I was born and raised in East Texas, next door to Slammin' Sammy. Slammin' Sammy's been on the radio doing that stuff for a while. No, we'd be the new guy. We'd be the outcast. Radio sucks. And if you work in it, whew, good luck.
Things are working out all right.
Well,
so far.
Let's go talk to Johnny the Duck.
Everyone knows that Lisa was the real talent.
Yeah, no question. Lisa did pick up somewhere else. There's no question that Lisa's working and Johnny the Duck is, cutting meat. What is easier, a podcast or a radio show? Another runaway. I don't agree with this.
Podcast.
68% said podcast.
Yeah, because everyone does them.
No, that's true. I think
everyone has one. Every single person has a podcast.
I still feel like the transition from this to radio would be easier than radio. No, I guess I don't know. I think they're similar.
I don't even remember what I said last week, but I feel like right now the transition from this to radio would be much harder.
I think we crush it. I mean, you heard Laser 106.
Right. You think
heard the hits and bits
you
last
said
week.
We'd crush it, but you have no desire to do it.
No, never. A million years. Couldn't pay me enough. I would take a pay decrease at my current job before taking a pay increase to go do radio.
So do it.
I hate it.
Take a pay decrease.
Well, it hasn't been offered yet.
Talk to you haven't been offered the pay decrease.
Yeah, they haven't come to me yet. So, no reason for alarm. If you say no offense before being offended is announced, can the offense be honored?
I like the wording of that.
Yeah, it's a little... You got to read it a couple times to understand what you're saying.
Well, that's most of our polls. You have to You have to read them a few times, and even then, you probably don't understand what we're saying.
57% of the audience are correct. The offense cannot be honored. Okay. So as long as I get somebody else or whoever gets in, all right, no offense.
So let's do a hypothetical here. Yeah. Hey, Kyle, you're fat. No offense.
Oh, I'm offended.
Nope, sorry, too late. Okay.
Correct.
Take two.
I'll do it to you. Okay. Hey, Steve, your career field is atrocious and it's dying.
Hey, that's not me. That's not nice.
No offense.
Oh, see, I can be offended.
You're offended now, and then I need to apologize for offending you.
Right, yeah.
But in the other case, you don't need to apologize to me.
In fact, I can dance on your grave. That's how set in stone this is.
If I were dead, that is.
Well, I mean, you're going to be dead at some point. Oh. And I have a note set in my phone to go off the day after you die. Or maybe 3 days after you die. Once you're in the ground.
What's the holdup? Why haven't we buried this tub of idiot yet?
I got my dancing shoes on.
I got my tap shoes out for this. On the Steve and Kyle radio show, who would be reporting live from Hollyweird?
I think we determined last week that it would be you.
Yeah, we agreed it would be me. So does the audience, Steve. 68% of the audience said Kyle would be the one reporting live from Hollyweird with all the hot goss. I believe.
Apologies, we just lost your brother.
Oh, we crossed an hour again. Rest in peace. Dang it.
And by the way, it is Sunday, May 2nd, 2021, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle podcast.
A big one. I was still fired up about it this week. Is the Mars helicopter flight a meaningless achievement?
That thing's flown like 3 times in the last week.
Cute. I've driven my car 3 times in the last week. Who cares? Like, it's nonsense.
I even sent you an article during the week.
Oh, guy, I was very upset about it with language that you can't even use on this podcast. Steve.
Yeah.
57% of the audience said yes, the Mars helicopter flight is meaningless. It is. It's just, who cares? Like, what's next? Are they going to bring an RC boat? Lastly, is it always a safe bet that the gorilla is named Coco?
What?
79% of the audience said yes, it is always a safe bet that the gorilla is named Coco. Stay tuned for that. The 2022 poll badness. That'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely going to be...
You can vote on our polls again at Steve and Kyle, Facebook and Twitter.
What were we even talking about? What? Gorilla named Coco. Did Jane Goodall come up?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. There was a Jane Goodall mention. I don't even know why. I believe it was during the Fast Five. Everybody will have to go back. If you turned it off when you heard the Fast Five music, you'll have to go back and listen to that from last week.
All right, so Facebook, Twitter. We should start reposting those, taking screenshots of them, throwing them on Instagram too. Just doing that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Steve and Kyle. I feel like we had something that we were going to talk about next week, but don't remember. So next week, this new equipment, it's going to be set up.
That's right. We've only owned it for 2 months. Still on the ground next to Steve's
How about
legs.
right when we finish? Do you want to set it up?
No, we've got to be on the roof.
That's a good point.
You got to get the ladder out. Let's go.
Talk to you next week. We got some Christmas light measuring to do.
Right. May 2.